Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your act, let's do some math. Math, 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 math.
Okay guys, I want to talk about vertex form, and then we're going to talk about graphing in vertex form. Okay, so this is a little different than how maybe the Khan Academy videos explain it, which is okay. You can still watch them. I'm still going to assign a couple of them for you to watch. Okay, so vertex form, we're about to have a bunch of letters, and I'm going to tell you what everything means. Okay, vertex form, that's y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. Alright, so in this equation, a, h, and k are all going to be numbers. Alright, so a, h, and k all belong to, they're all real numbers. Okay, most of the time we're just going to be looking at integers. X and Y are the same X and Y that we've always been dealing with, the same X and Y that are in Y is equal to mx plus b, right? And m and b were just numbers. Okay, so X and Y are going to stay X and Y in all of our problems. Okay, things that are important to know, the vertex. You can tell the vertex just by looking at the equation. The vertex, h, comma, k, always, always, always. Okay. The axis of symmetry, x is equal to h. Okay, remember we talked about the axis of symmetry. That's the invisible vertical line that kind of splits the parabola in half. That's part of the vertex. Okay, and now the max or min, the maximum or minimum value of y is going to be k. All right, that's also part of the vertex. So the axis of symmetry and the maximum min values, once we put them together, that creates our vertex. Okay, and a, you can think of it like slope. Okay, we're not going to worry about too much of it right now. Instead, if a is negative, okay, our parabola opens down. So it's like a sad face. Negative is down. If a is positive, it opens up like a smiley face. Okay? So let's look at an example really quick. So let's say y is equal to 3 times x plus 2 squared minus 4. So sometimes it might help you to figure out what a, h, and k are. So a is 3, h, and k. K is pretty easy to recognize. It's everything, it's on the outside, at the very, very end. It's negative 4. Okay, so whatever it says, if it says minus 4, we write negative 4. If it says plus 7, we write positive 7. Okay, now h is different. Everybody gets this confused, always, so please pay attention. Okay, pay attention to this right there. Oh, that's too far. Right there. Okay, h, if you look at the formula here, what the heck? I guess I have to do it like this. Okay, that has an x minus h. So the formula is negative. So that means when the formula is negative, whatever it says here, when we take it out of the formula and we're just writing it down, we do the opposite. So the opposite of positive 2 is, guess what? Negative 2. Okay, so my vertex, h comma k, negative 2, negative 4, and this parabola opens up because the 3 is positive. I'm not really asking about axis symmetry and maximum value yet. Okay, you will get there in a little bit. Okay, now I want us to be able to graph something in vertex form. Okay, so we are going to graph y is equal to negative 2, times the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 5. So all we're going to do is the same thing we did before. Figure out the vertex. That's your starting point. In order to graph a parabola, I need 3 points, right? We graphed it a different way earlier, like last week, okay? But now here's a new way to graph it, okay? You'll get used to the different ways to graph. It just depends on what they give you. Make it as easy for you as possible. So what do we notice right away? Okay, I notice that I have a vertex here. Okay, remember it's h comma k. If you need to write vertex form at the top of your paper every single time, like this needs to be memorized. Okay, that's vertex form. I know it looks crazy right now, but that's what it's going to be forever. Vertex form. That needs to be memorized. Okay, that's going to help you because vertex is h comma k. So if you want to figure out what is a, h, and k at the beginning, a is -2, k is +5, and remember, okay, h is inside the parentheses, yeah, but it's in the formula it says -h. So I take whatever sign is here, it's x minus 2, so that -2, switch the sign to a +2. So my vertex is really 2, 5. Okay, so I'm going to go to my graph to 5. So I'm going to go right to up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right here. Okay, what else do we notice about this parabola? A is negative, so that means this sucker is going to open down. Okay, like frowny face, open down, right? So that doesn't, like, you can't just go, whoop, okay, I'm done. No, we need the 2 other points, okay, because on this exercise, there's 3 points that you have to plot, and you just drag them. Okay, so one of the points you were going to drag to 2, 5. Please make sure that you are putting it in the correct spot, because you could think you're doing it right, and if it's at 2, 6, it's going to mark it wrong, even though you wrote 2, 5. Okay, now the best way to find my next 2 points is the XY chart. Okay, so when we do the XY chart, you've already got a point here, 2, 5, right? So use that and do a point on either side of the X. So 1 less than 2 is 1, and 1 more than 2 is 3. So check the values at 1 and 3. You can plot those 2 points and be done. Now remember, when we check the points, we plug them in to the equation for x, right? And we just solve, we simplify it that way. So I have -2 times 1 minus 2 squared plus 5. Okay, order of operations. 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 squared is +1. +1 times -2 is -2. -2 plus 5 is 3. Okay, so one of my other points is 1, 3. So let's go ahead and graph that one. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 3. Right there. All right, let's do the same thing for 3. When I plug in 3 to the equation, -2 times 3 minus 2 squared plus 5. Let's figure out what this is equal to. All right, well, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. -2 times 1 is -2. -2 plus 5 is 3. This is not a coincidence. This is how it should work out almost every time. So 3, 3 is right here. If I can get it. There we go. All right, now my final step is to actually graph, connect the points. It's going to look something like this. Okay. You won't actually have to graph it. You just need to plot the 3 points. All right. So remember, you need the vertex and 2 other points. Just look at the x values. So do 1 less than your vertex, than h, right? And then 1 more than h. That should help you out.